everyone. Damn it. Okay. I had to get a pair of glasses. Sorry about that. Okay. Here. Now I got room. All right. Oh, shoot. I need that. All right. There we go. How is everyone? Hi. Sorry, I'm streaming so late. I wanted to stream earlier, but just the day got away from me, you know? I got very little accomplished, but I feel good about it. I had a good day, so I feel good about it. I'm happy. Oh, Megan, yeah, I got your message. It's okay. It's no big deal. I explained it all to Veda, but if you like, I can explain it out to you later. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's just it wasn't even okay. I will talk later. All right. So hey, Megan. Hi, Lily. Hi, Sue Elliott. Hey, Madison. Hey, Christy. Hey, Mama 3, the crazy lady. Silly troll. Thank you. Hi, Teresa. Awesome. Okay. So I don't know how many of you have been aware that there was a live stream scheduled for, I guess it was for the 20th. I didn't know when it was actually scheduled for. But but the live stream was going to be like a receipt off, if you will. Like it was going to be just answering one another's questions and showing receipts to, so things could be squashed, basically. It was going to happen between Veda and Nunya. Though I was going to help pull some receipts or whatever, but it was mostly between the two of them. But yeah, Nunya canceled it. She backed out. But I mean, I want to explain something here though, because we kind of saw this coming. So, and listen, I'm not giving her shit for backing out. I'm giving her shit for trying to make it about something it wasn't, I guess, maybe, and then backing out, I guess. I don't know. But first of all, let me show you what it is Veda posted. All right, so let me share the screen here. Oh, wait, I gotta get rid of that. Okay. So I saw it on Twitter. Although I bet it was posted on Facebook too. Let me see if I can find it there. I'd rather show that one. I imagine she probably tagged me in it or something. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, wait, I invited you. Okay. Why isn't this scrolling? Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, all right. I don't see it on there. I don't see a notification anyway. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, so I'll just go to Twitter. Okay, so here it is. She says, "Yay, it's over. The other side backed out. Major win for us. It is official. They are the liars and rods." All right, so let me show you what this says. So Veda wrote, this looks like it's like a written as a file, maybe in a Facebook group or something. I'm not sure though. I can't be sure. But damn it, I gotta use my other mouse. I'm trying to let it charge, but I can't enlarge the screen without it. Oh yeah, there we go. Oops. Okay. There we go. Oh, they didn't really enlarge it much. What the hell is that? Okay, so anyways, this says, oh yeah, awesome. Dirty glasses. I fucking love that. Love it, man. Oh, where's that pink thing? Here it is. microfiber cloth I had. I don't even need this cloth for anything, but it's pink, so I took it. It was my friend Jen's. Thank you, Jennifer, for the pink cloth. It's not clean enough. What the hell's on that one? All right, so she says, hi, everyone. So for about a year since the devastating events that took place during the Marvin McRae story eventually imploded, creators have been going after other creators, all based on solely their opinions and thoughts regarding the story. That's not all, though. Some of you have been here right from the beginning and know that Marvin Jr. made an attempt on his life May 23rd, 2022. A couple of Facebook groups, including Exposing Dre McRae and Justice for Vaughn, were created at this time. Marvin's mother, Letitia Bias, and his family found out that Marvin was in a coma after the attempt on his life occurred through a video on social media, and this caused outrage. His wife, Andrea McRae, did not notify his family about the accident, nor did they notify them about his coma. Like I said, they were sent a live stream of hers from her Slay with Dre page instead. Andrea is a vegan beauty influencer that was doing the absolute most to keep the family from seeing their son. Then eventually, creators like Without a Crystal Ball, Nonsense on the Web, and Rock-A-Lot over on YouTube joined in on spreading the story and also coming up with malicious lies regarding the family, especially Marvin Jr.'s mother, Letitia Bias, and his father, Marvin Jackson. The family eventually began receiving donations in order to see their son or to garner some sort of visitation rights in order to see their son. Well, Molly Golightly, Justice for All, LB, EKC, People Suck, and myself, Veda Jade, advocated for the biological family and their rights to see their son. I entered the story and created my YouTube channel 8 months after this mess began. I started it because I noticed that these creators were framing his mother with a donation scam, and the whole family was being bashed and doxxed all over the platforms. Well, it's been a whole year. The story has reached an ending. However, that didn't stop the war between sides. Nonsense on the Web especially has made egregious claims against innocent creators regarding her real life. She has lied on us, doxed almost everyone involved in the story, and has done everything she possibly can to avoid accountability for the dangerous claims she continues to make anytime she is criticized. She is absolutely vile and has done nothing but parent and adoption shame this family, frame them with crimes, and whatever else possible she could have done for the most part. However, anytime she is criticized, instead of taking our receipts and claims and debunking our asses with them, she instead lies and hides behind her family. She uses them as a weapon against her enemies. So while on panel with her mod, Nunya, I proposed a live stream on July 10, 2023, where they can list off any lies we have supposedly told about them. And our job was to provide receipts for any lies we have said about Nonsense and her team, then vice versa. Well, today, the other team canceled the event. So now, of course, we are being denied proof of all the lies that were told on us by them, coincidentally. They should tell you all who the liars really are. That's all I'm going to say. Case in point. So now, I'm going to play a little bit of a stream Veda did not too long ago where Nunya came up on panel, where this idea for the stream was first pitched to Nunya. Okay. Now, what I'm pointing out here, though, why it is this was pointed out. Like, I mean, Veda perfectly explained it here in this screenshot here. Well, wait, before I get that, let me finish reading this, though, because there's more to it. So here's the message that Nunya wrote Veda when she canceled the stream. So Nunya wrote, after some careful consideration and sleepless nights, I'm deciding to not participate in the receipts battle. I don't know why I keep you up at night. So it has been made into a spectacle, and that is not what I wanted. I wanted to be able to have a final closing of the door for everyone involved, and it does not appear that can happen. You can share this message publicly. I'm fine with that. I've not made this decision lightly and have thought over and over about each possible outcome. This was not a wrestling match, a creator showdown, or big boom moment for me. No one said it was any of those things. This was about a man who chose to end his mental exhaustion and a family broken and hurting and making poor choices that won't end this fight online. He is what this is about because he deserves dignity. He deserves respect. He deserves honesty. He would be what those who love him, or that would be what those who love him would do if his dignity mattered to them. See this, I'm going to jump in here. Who here loves him? Like nobody here knows him other than just some clips we've seen online. So like, no, we aren't his loved ones. I mean, sure, I'm sure a lot of people who are aware of the story, they care about him. Sure. Absolutely. You may just care about him just simply because he's another human, or you do care about him a little more than that because you maybe feel like you've gotten to know him a little bit. But I wouldn't call him my loved one, you know? So that's just weird. But anyway. But those who don't care will continue this long past this meeting. I cannot be a part of the problem and a part of the show that is his tragedy. I got some news for you, sis. You've been not only a part of that show for about a year now, you've been one of the fucking leading characters. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd even say one of the leading antagonists, really, but okay, that may be opinion. But you've definitely been one of the leading figures involved. You've been so much a part of this. So much. It's great that you don't want to be a part of it anymore. I mean, but it's kind of like you came in, you trashed the place, and now you're leaving when it comes time to like maybe sort out the mess or something. Nope, I'm done. I'm out of here. I don't want to be a part of this mess anymore. That's exactly what this is like. This is how it feels like to me. And I imagine maybe probably Veda and probably Molly. I don't know. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that they can kind of relate to what I'm saying. This is exactly how it feels like. And you can sit here and argue that all you want. That's not going to change. That is how this feels to me, possibly us. Anyway. So after this, Veda wrote, the war wasn't against the family, Nunya. The war is about the various lies that nonsense has told on us that we want proof for. I appreciate you for letting us know. It's all good, girl. I don't know what spectacle you're referring to. I haven't said a word, nor have I even announced the date change. I am doing a live tomorrow that may help change your mind. But either way, I understand. Thank you. Any issues we've had have long outlived Marvan's story. That's true. The issues are between us as creators. That's true. I thought that is what you wanted to end. I was totally fine in doing so. I was totally fine in doing so if nonsense would show proof of all of her lies she has been telling. That's all we wanted. It's all good, though. One day, everyone will see what a fraud she is. It won't be me that will be the one to prove it either. Her ways will show through. Everything that is done in the darkness will eventually be brought to light. Thank you, though. She's not wrong. So there's that. Now, here's the thing. This was never about any receipts to prove things. Like, okay, let me pull this up. Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting pinwheel. I restarted the computer. And I shut it down and then restarted it. I didn't just like hit the button and turn it off. I shut it down the proper way. It should work. Anyway. And where is it? Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to play the live stream in a minute where the stream, the discussion of the stream first happened. Because the stream really was about the things that creators have been saying about other creators. It's about showing proof and receipts of that shit. That's it. This wasn't, at least from our end, this wasn't, and seemingly from Nunya's side as well, as a result of what we heard on that stream, this wasn't about Marvan. This wasn't about things said or done against Dre or whatever. It wasn't about that. Like, we don't care to battle that shit. I know I don't anyway. You know, I mean, they can think whatever they want about Letitia. I do think that if they're going to make claims of crimes or committing crimes, they really should show receipts. And I've yet to see anything like that happen. But no, I mean, if anyone were to go up in a stream and be a mouthpiece for Letitia and show Letitia's receipts to shut them up, it will be a request by Letitia and no one else. It will not be because Nunya requested it or Nunya demands it or Nunya's tried to exploit the concept or the possibility of this upcoming stream to get those receipts. No, we will, at least myself, and I'm pretty sure, again, that I'm pretty sure I speak for Vada and probably Molly, we're not going to do that unless we're doing so at the request of Letitia, because you don't have any right to request or demand that shit from anyone. But here is what the good Nunya put up on her community page. For these are the because they both agreed to make lists of receipts or whatever to bring. It's more or less to have like an idea of what this was about for the other person, so you knew, so you were prepared. This is the list that the good Nunya decided to make for this stream. So this is what's on her community page from the other day. Well, I didn't get the whole thing, but while I know there was one side's list put out, here's my list. This is what I'm here for. Do you like that I added a lot of color? Like almost mocking her graphic design or whatever, but whatever. I don't care. Receipt Battle Royale, Nunya's version. Here's what she wanted. Document proof of the RO that Letitia got from the police department. Proof of Letitia's Cash App was for lawyers' fees only. See community post. Proof Nunya has talked to Letitia. Okay, maybe that one. Audio text review of murder claims. Proof of the use of the money Marvan Sr. collected. Like, where the fuck did that come from? We've been arguing about any money Marvan Sr. might have collected. Well, this is the first I've heard about anyone having questions about that or anything about that. Oh, but I mean, hey man, you got to try from every angle, I guess. Proof Letitia was in Tucson and spoke to Dre between 7-1 and 7-5. Danielle's police report dissection. Oh, I can provide that. I did that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Only it wasn't a police report. It was an online complaint form. Proof of threats to Letitia. Oh, that's easy. Proof that Dre never responded to the family's calls or texts, which I got to ask, how the fuck do you prove a negative? Huh? You can show that there's a lack of a response. There's no response appearing, or I don't have a response to show you, but not having the response to show you is not proof that the response didn't happen. You can't prove a negative is what I'm saying, but whatever. Again, this has nothing to do with creators. Proof that Letitia lost everything, i.e. home, job, cars, kids. Documented proof of the amount collected via all pay systems for Justice for Vaughn. Now, for the group, what the fuck? Proof of hotel/food receipts and the number of visits Letitia made. The trip, 7/18/20. This, I don't even know why she canceled, because I really thought when I read this list that they were trying to frame this up to make the list impossible to be satisfied so that they could try to turn it around against us. That's what I was expecting. I was a little surprised to see that she just up and canceled the stream rather than trying to manipulate this shit here, but whatever. Because I'll tell you right now, no one was going to provide the majority of shit on this list, because we're not going to bother Letitia to satisfy your desperate attempt to not look like a fool. I don't know what to say, because like, I really, really feel like that as more and more talk about this came about, that Nunya started to realize that she ain't got the receipts that we were going to be asking for. They don't exist. Like, I really believe that. And she just, I think that might have been what was keeping her up at nights, if anything. But anyway, now let me play the stream though, where this talk of all this shit came about. So here's Veda Jade's stream, Emotions Flare, Maligo Lightly, hashtag Jay McCrae. And so I went to the comment section and I just typed in stream, and because I wanted to just kind of jump ahead or just to a couple minutes before where the suggestion for the stream is first mentioned, because that you can get a feel for the conversation leading up to that. So you get a feel for why it is that this was suggested. Why I can't say that, it bothers me. So anyway.
Up until January, when she got in those comments of Molly's live stream and said, everyone needs to see this.
I'm literally reacting to a video of tonight of you only bashing them.
Tonight. This is a year later, Veda, because it's ridiculous.
So why bash
How
them?
how in the world do they think they will ever get answers if they go on live saying she killed him? What
But
the
she
fuck?
should not
What
done that.
normal sane person is going to be like, oh yeah, you've accused me and helped the entire internet come after me and put my kids' safety at risk.
No,
but
they
yeah,
did
sure.
not.
Let me give you
They
fucking
never
answers.
said what they felt about her publicly
Babs Cat, you're funny. You're fucking funny.
till later. Katie did that, and you know she did.
Katie's a piece of shit. I've said that from the very beginning. You know how.
That is one statement by Nunya I can fully get behind and support. Absolutely.
How I feel about her.
She's the
a piece
one
of
that
shit. She
caused
did
all
piece
that.
of shit things from the very beginning. She called her a murderer. She led the charge on fucking calling CPS at that time.
Yes.
She helped the bio dad. She did all kinds of fucked up shit.
See, this is the majority of this conversation is about content creators, about the things said and done by the creators involved in discussing this situation.
Why didn't y'all tell anybody that part? Why did y'all put it all on Molly and
Betty,
Jessica?
did you ever watch a stream that I've ever been on? Did you see the stream where I was on panel with Katie and told her that same exact thing? And she said, the reason why I'm blocked on her page is because she's afraid of me.
There was one fucking stream from like last September, wasn't it? Oh, Veda, you mean to tell me that you didn't watch that stream on fucking Tuesday, September something, where they were up on a panel? Like, how do you not know about that stream, Veda? Oh my God.
Did you watch that? Like, if you don't watch that, then what else do you want me to do from there?
Are you talking about where she said, "Are you mad at me"? Is that what you're talking about?
She said you scare me.
You scare me.
I scare her because I have an opinion, and I'm not going to back down on my opinion.
I heard you say you don't agree with how she is. I did hear you say that.
Yeah, and I flat out told her I don't think that her sorry ass apology, which I said it in other words because I was trying to dial it down for her so she wouldn't be terrified of me and run away, because I know she tends to do that from her past and her history that I've seen.
She a pussy.
So
in other words,
I'm going to calmly tell you, I don't think
I'm sorry.
apology.
They just came in my head. Like, there was Nunya's like very polite and politically correct way of saying Katie's a pussy. You can't scare her away because she will run with fright. That's funny.
That you chose to do after you did all this fuck shit means a damn thing.
Where is her?
Still did it.
Where was her apology?
Yeah.
Her apology was on her page.
What?
Her apology was in her live stream. She said, "I'm walking away from this."
Yeah, she said, "I'm walking away from this, but before I do, I'm handing everything over to Unirock, and I'm sorry, what was the word? I believe it was, quote, frame the narrative for him and let him do his thing." Well, the let him do his thing part might not have been a direct quote, but I believe frame the narrative. I know narrative was definitely the word used. Pretty sure, no, set the narrative, I think it was. I think that was what she said. So, yeah, that was her apology, I guess I take it. I don't know. But either way, her apology consisted of, "I'm so sorry that I was fooled into believing this. That's why I reacted the way I did. My mistake for being fooled." Like, that's her apology. Like, fuck off with that.
See, I thought things were something that they weren't, and I'm out.
And at the same time, she's still behind the scene trying to get Dre's kids taken while she's apologizing.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to play because of the section I'm playing this, but there's a part of the stream where Nunya starts yelling and screaming about they're both pieces of shit. They both went into this with nefarious actions or with greed in their eyes, referring to Molly and Katie. So is that what Katie was apologizing for? Because she went into this with nefarious actions and with greed in her eyes? Because clearly that's what you think, but now you're giving her credit for having apologized. So which is it?
And you know what that makes her? The same piece of shit she already was in front of the scenes.
I just don't understand out of all that time why her part couldn't have been. She did so much damage to Dre.
She did, but she wasn't the only one. That's the problem that people miss. She was not the only person.
Well, y'all made sure everybody else that was a part of it paid but her.
Yeah, I would disagree. I would disagree because I think there's a lot of things that well, I can't, again, I'm not here to speak for anybody else. I'm only here to speak for myself, but I've been very vocal at equally spinning out accountability for those who needed it.
If you look at Nonsense's channel, it's all Molly. There's nothing about Katie. There's not a stream with Katie featured and calling her out to hold her accountable whatsoever.
Because if she walked away, what was the point of continuing to follow her at that point when there were other people continuing out front to give out misinformation, to continue to encourage people to go to this girl's house and show pictures of the front of her house?
And Nonsense was one of them. She was one of them bashing Dre and spreading that.
Nonsense never has showed a picture of Dre's house.
I didn't say
that never happened.
I didn't say that. I said she was behind helping with that narrative, saying Dre did it.
Yes, she did. She did on her Facebook page that I recall. For granted, it was sharing Katie Joy's post of the images, but still, nonetheless.
Show the receipts.
I will. I have them.
See, receipts.
She was right there.
See, but you've been saying that though. You've been saying that for months now. You don't show receipts. Very similar to how you say that I created that account of Penelope's, and I absolutely did not. But you've been saying for about 2 months now you're going to show receipts. So here's the thing: you cannot say a fact, right? You can't say something as a fact like you know that it is, and there's no receipt for it.
You know, you framed me with that Penelope fucking docs, and I proved it. I proved those YouTube.
Absolutely, you did not. Absolutely, you did not. You absolutely did that. Now, I will correct it though, because I don't believe you did it with a malicious intent. So that's part of what is a dox. So I'll absolutely apologize and correct for that part. But I do believe that you ignorantly went and shared her real life information without doing your research.
I didn't even know Penelope to share it. Why would I share that when I don't even know Penelope?
Veda, it's her handle on those receipts. You can't, like, there's no getting around that.
Tomorrow, let's set up a stream tomorrow. Let's put the receipts together. Let's do this.
So you heard the conversation leading up to this discussion of this stream where they show receipts. It was not about proving where Marvon Sr.'s money went or showing receipts for a trip to Arizona. Or I'm sorry, what else was there's more than that. Let me go grab it again. Documented proof of the amount collected via all pay systems for Justice for Vaughn. Proof of Letitia's Cash App was for lawyers' fees only. See community post. Document proof of the RO. Proof of threats to Letitia. I mean, you see what I mean? And then here's what I find annoying, super annoying, is that in her message to Veda, where she explains why it is she's canceling her participation in the stream, she blames it on the spectacle that's being made about this family and how this man's being denied his dignity. First of all, if you give a shit about his dignity, then you will allow people to mourn him. You will not actively fight and argue against people mourning this man's passing. You are doing everything you can to prevent people believing that he passed. Now, if there was anything to prove that his family is lying, or the county lied, or whatever, or the funeral home lied, okay, but there isn't. There's nothing. In fact, if anything, there's been the opposite. At least efforts trying to obtain the opposite have had some progress. But you want to fight that. You want to stop that. And then you want to talk about dignity for this man. This man, though I disagree with his decision to not want to be here anymore, he made that decision. Sadly, he did. And it took a year. Well, I mean, I would argue that he was kind of effective on it the first night, but I guess like literally speaking or whatever, he wasn't. It took almost a year. But he's gone now. You're not showing him respect by doing everything you can to prevent people from knowing this and accepting this and mourning him and coming to terms with their grief and their loss. This man deserves people to remember him, to honor him, you know? So don't talk to me about dignity when that's what you're doing. And I'm not saying that you don't want dignity for him. I'm sure that you do. I do believe that you want dignity for him. I don't doubt that. I don't think you are here for any other nefarious reason or whatever. However, I also think that people are a little blinded by their hate for Molly right now, that it's coming at an expense of dignity, or at the expense of dignity, rather. And that's what's sad. Because I get it. Believe me, as someone who's called Katie Troy out on her bullshit for a while now, for a couple of years, I get it. I get being so blinded by just wanting to prove what a piece of shit someone may be. I get it. But you can't lose sight of shit. You can't let it consume you. You can't take it personally, because it's not personal. I mean, like, even with Katie hasn't done anything to me personally. You know, I just witnessed her do fucked up shit to other people, but I don't take it personally. I'm not sitting here like angry or mad that she's right about something, or that she confirmed something that goes against the side that I took up for her. Like, that's what this is about. This is crazy. This isn't personal. This was never been personal between myself and any of you until you guys started telling bullshit lies on me. Okay, that's when it became a little personal for me. But even that, I can leave it at YouTube and not bring it home with me, you know? So I can get being a little blinded by your bias or having tunnel vision. I do. I get it. I've been guilty of that. Absolutely. But just take the criticism here, because that's what you're showing. That is exactly what you're showing. I mean, how nonsense has been showing this shit for fucking months now. I mean, there's no hope for her, I don't think, I'll be honest. You know, and sadly, she's dragged other content creators into this. And in my opinion, she's definitely done some pretty substantial harm to their reputations and credibility. I fear Nunya might be one of them. So I don't know what to say here. Like, I don't blame you for backing out. I don't. And here's the thing. And I don't think that you made any mistakes here or whatever is necessarily. I think that you trusted and believed your friend. And I think that might have been a mistake. I think you took her word for shit rather than seeing receipts. I don't know. Or maybe you failed to be objective at sometimes. I don't know. But I think more than anything, I think it's you trusted and believed someone you thought was a friend. So, all right. That's where I land on that shit. I'm about done with it now. Let me head on over to chat. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Thank you for the gifted membership. Who is it? Sue Elliott. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for the memberships. Let's see. Dirty Uncle Sal, John, Amy Tanker's Wife 420, T King, Meow Now, Whisper Words of Wisdom, Misty, Supernatural Crime with Nikki. What's up? LN23. And yeah, yay. Oh, thank you so much. That is awesome. So those of the names I just listed off, your free month membership, your gifted membership, Sue Elliott is to thank for that. Hi, Autistic Jill. Hi, Steffi. All right, let's see. Am I missing anything else here? Okay. I love that new feature. That's so nice. Okay. Oh, hi, Letitia. I pray she never lose a child and they never meet someone who keep their child away from them. Exactly. You know, and I mean, I get why people have there's a lot of the opinions they have about Trey. I really do. But I mean, bottom line is, like, I don't know what's going through Trey's mind most of the time. So I try not to judge her too much on just shit that's not relevant or whatever. But I don't care if your husband, your spouse is in the hospital and he hasn't been like, I mean, here's the thing. If his family had done some really horrific shit to him or something, maybe I could see the point there. Okay. And they really didn't talk for like years. Sure. Maybe I could see the point there, but that wasn't the case here. You know, this estrangement just seems like whatever estrangement there was, if any, it just seems like it was just something that happens in life sometimes. You just kind of fall out of touch with people. I mean, I've done it, you know, like I don't talk to my sisters nearly as much as I should or I would like to. Definitely not as much as my parents would have loved us to talk, you know. Life happens. It doesn't mean that I would have wanted them notified if I were to pass. Hell no. You know, and I think that I really do believe that Dre really fucked herself there too, because I think that her losing her spouse and losing him the manner in which she did, I think I don't even think she's really begun to face the grief and shit from that. And she could have really benefited from the support of his family. And God knows his son, even his stepkids, but especially his son, could so benefit from just knowing the family who raised his father, you know, the whole family. And sadly, I don't see that happening. And Nunya and others want to sit there and say, well, you know, maybe Letitia should have talked a little nicer about Dre online or some shit like that. Oh, so is that why exactly that Dre just didn't bother to notify the family? Were they talking shit about Dre the whole time? I mean, let's not forget, that's where this started. That's why they talk shit. What were they supposed to think? It's not, and they don't have to behave in order for it to be expected that their daughter-in-law just do the right thing. That's not contingent on their behavior. That should be contingent on because it's being the right thing to fucking do. If their behavior causes an issue, then you take it up with them over their behavior, but you first do the right fucking thing and tell them. Because otherwise, how can they know? How can they know to reach out and to make efforts to be there and to help if they don't even know that shit's happened? You know, and then now because you're mad about this shit, now you can't even confirm his passing for them. You can't even give them the dignity and the respect to mourn their loved one who they fucking known his entire life. I mean, I sit here thinking like, I mean, I lost both my parents now. I can't imagine going 6 weeks, going a year, not even knowing if one of my parents were still here or not. Even if they were here just in a vegetative state. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. All right, my phone's going off. Let's see why. Why have you logged into that account? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at chat. And I have chat pulled up in front of me too. I just wasn't looking at it. I was talking. I got carried away. I don't see anything. Oh, wait. Oh, it was up there way back then. Okay. I haven't been, I can't see it anymore. Wait, is this the last one? That's text message you sent me. Oh, no, there's more. Okay. Let me mute this for a second. Yeah, I got that. I didn't see what was the message though. What was the comment? I can't even see that. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, I still can't see it. What? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even, was that the only comment they made? I mean, I don't know. I let it go for now. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on chat. Thank you though. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong one. Okay, there we go. Was I looking at the wrong chat? I might have been. I don't know. No, I wasn't. All right. I don't think. Yeah, I wasn't. Okay. Okay, anyway, that's where I stand on that shit. I know there's other shit I want to talk about too, but I don't fucking remember now. I really don't. And it's fucking annoying because I know that there's, oh wait, let me go on my history on YouTube. That usually, there's something usually there. Oh, I was thinking about talking about that. I think I'm going to hold off on that though. Yo, what's up with this fucking this crazy ass shit that I've been seeing on YouTube though lately? Over this kid who was missing, or this guy who was missing. I don't know if he was if you want to call him a kid or a guy or something, but he was like 17 or so when he went missing. But it's a fucking crazy story. Like it turns out he wasn't really missing. It was just faked for like 8 fucking years. Like I want to does everyone here know what I'm talking about? Because if not, then I'm going to play something real quick just to fill you all in. But it's fucking crazy. Okay, so you don't know what I'm okay, it was Sue Elliott says what? Yeah. So the hell was his name? Was that Andre or something? No, Rudy. That's what it was. Rudy. There we go. Yep, I knew it would be like the first fucking search result on YouTube. I knew it. And but we get to it. So, I don't want to play too long of a video, like just a quick rendition of it all. All right, so we'll go with this one. Speak to. All right, yeah. So yeah, so there's this kid, or I guess he's not a kid anymore. He's a grown-ass adult, but he went missing about 8 years ago when he was like 17 years old or some shit. And so apparently his name's Rudy Farias. I'm not sure of pronunciation, but his mother reported him missing. And I guess that there has been since like some searches for him, so a couple of GoFundMes, or whatever. And then he was just miraculously found like last week or something outside of a church, like, I don't know, roughed up or beaten up pretty badly or whatever. But as they looked into this some more, people in the community started speaking out saying, no, he hasn't been missing. He's been right here, you know? And like right before he was found beaten up, there was surveillance video obtained from a store like right across the street from this church or whatever. And he was just sitting there kind of acting a little suspicious, a little odd, but not too crazy or whatever, you know, like he seemed restless, I guess would be the way to put it. and someone bought him a meal or whatever, and then he left. And then next thing they know, he's being reported as beaten up outside this church, and he's been missing for 8 years. Well, they've looking into this investigation, which I got to say right off the bat, I thought something was weird because the post that the mom made saying it's a miracle, like my baby boy's been found. He's been so horribly abused this whole time. And oh my God. And he needs time to recover from this trauma. Like she's going into all kinds of shit about how it's going to take time. It's going to take therapy, whatever. And so she's like so concerned about someone who had kidnapped him or whatever. But then she's posted images of him in the hospital. Now, for granted, not his face or whatever. It's like an image, a close-up of like a cut on his foot or some shit. And then like an image of him laying in the hospital bed, but you can't see his face or whatever. But I'm like, if you're that concerned because he has been kidnapped and held hostage or whatever for 8 years, even a simple picture that you think offers no evidence of where he is going to offer some evidence of where he is. And you are putting him at risk. Just even the cut on his foot image. Like they can figure out like the type of sheets that are being used or whatever in this hospital. And they can determine like which hospitals in the area like carry or obtain these sheets from this company, and there's always some kind of information that can help determine people, narrow shit down. I mean, just capture the flag. That's all I say anymore. I mean, they looked at flight patterns and constellations for that shit and did like trigonometry to find this flag in the middle of nowhere in like Appalachia or some shit. Okay. It's so you are a fool if you think you are smarter than the internet, especially 4chan. So anyway, that's where that was my whole thinking of it, whatever. But I'm going to just let this play. Let the news, whatever, explain it to y'all.
Breaking tonight, shocking new details in the case of a missing Houston teen found alive last week after 8 years. The teen, who is now 25 years old, met with police at a hotel in Humble. He made shocking allegations against his own mother. Fox 26's Matthew Seedorf is live outside the hotel tonight with what we're learning. Matthew.
Yeah, I haven't even seen this update. I didn't know that he was talking because the last update I heard, he was nonverbal or some shit.
Well, Caroline, that 25-year-old and his mother just leaving this hotel within the last hour or so. But the new allegations we're learning tonight are shocking. 25-year-old Rudy Farias IV with a towel over his face outside this hotel Wednesday with Houston activist Quanell X. Until last week, Rudy was considered a missing person, last seen as a 17-year-old in 2015 walking his dogs in Northeast Houston. Then on Thursday, Rudy was found alive outside a Houston church after 8 years. Since then, many people have questioned if Rudy was ever missing at all. Today, police here with Quanell X speaking with Rudy and his mother. According to Quanell, Rudy told them he has been with his mom, being held captive against his will for 8 years.
But the minute he got alone by himself, he slowly calmed down and he slowly began to talk very coherently and specific details. He said that she often locked him in the room, that she would give him drugs and lock him in the room. It ain't no way in hell that woman shouldn't be locked up immediately. And that boy needs to go to the best drug rehab and best psychological mental health facility that we can find for him. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. That kid was just severely abused.
Family members hearing the allegations also showing up to the hotel shocked.
That's wrong. She lied to the family so many years. Okay, now I don't know what HPD.
So I can't see my chat right now, but I imagine there are people in the chat probably asking like, where's his father been? Like how did this happen? From what I understand, the father had died a couple of years before he went missing, and I guess he also had an older brother who also passed away like a year or two before he went missing. So that's why I think some people were thinking that he might have ran away or something, because the whole family seems to have gone through quite a bit of trauma just in the years leading, or a few years leading up to his disappearance or whatever. But so yeah, that's, in case people are wondering, that's where they are, whatever.
Where have y'all been? Okay? I raised that boy all my life. Okay? That's wrong what she did to me. I've been looking for 2015 or 2016. Nowhere to be found. I thought he was. I guess not. She hid for her family. That was wrong and awful. You mean? It hurt me, my cousin, all my family right now.
Wait, so I'm confused.
So far, no.
What part of the family were they? I don't know who. I mean, they seem quite visibly upset. I just feel like I'm more inclined to believe it if they're not on the mother's side of the family. I don't know. And like if they're on the father's side of the family, I'm more inclined to believe that their upset was real, because I imagine that that would be the case. But I don't know.
No arrests have been made in this case, but we just get a statement from the Houston Police Department basically saying that they can't comment on this investigation right now, but their detectives did interview that boy's mother this evening, and we're expecting a press conference at HPD sometime on Thursday. We'll have much more tonight at 6 o'clock. We're live in Humboldt.
Right, so,
Matthew Seedorf, Fox 26 News.
I'm going to play this one.
But we start tonight at 10 o'clock with the story getting national attention. A young man reported missing 8 years ago, finally found days ago. But where was Rudy Farias all these years? Thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Lisa
Right,
Hernandez.
so the stepsister of Rudy's mom is speaking out after new allegations surfaced about his disappearance. So this is the mom's stepsister. Now, the mom, by the way, too, I don't know, from what I've read, she's like a professional sock account, I guess you could say. It seems like she spends her time grifting online in various ways and making a lot of accounts to do this. I mean, I think not a lot of people, but I think that I think that there's quite a few people who kind of fuck around like that on the internet. And I don't know how much money's in it. I don't really know, but I mean, still seems like an awful lot of fucking work and time for not much money, but I don't know.
As Daniela is off tonight. Back on March 6, 2015, the then 17-year-old's family reported him missing. Fast forward 8 years to last Thursday, when the now 25-year-old was finally found outside a church in East Houston. But in a twist, Farias may not have been missing at all.
I knew something was wrong with the story when she was questioned.
Okay.
When he got
this dude here, he's an activist. Does anyone know what like, who is he linked to? Who is he an activist on behalf? Like, who's he advocating for? Like, who employs him to be an activist? I'm curious. I just want to understand more about this. Do you think she was complicit? Who, the mom, or I don't know. I do think the mom had a big hand in this. Yeah. And I think that members of her family had to have known, for whatever reason they didn't pursue or speak on it or whatever. But I think there had to have been some members who knew. I mean, because think about it. Just think about it for a second here. Okay. Say, even we'll put this in a more distant family. Say your cousin. Okay, your cousin who lives near you, like not far from you anyways, like within 15-minute drive, okay? So we're not even talking like a cousin in another state, but a cousin who you grew up with, even if you don't really speak to a whole lot now, but it's still someone you'll see it at Christmases maybe, or a holiday here and there, or a wedding, definitely a funeral, you know what I mean? So your average cousin, if they just suddenly went missing, I mean, you'd be inquiring about the progress, about what's going on. Where's the investigation at? I mean, this isn't something you would just hear about and then a week later just never inquire about again, or forget all about it and just move on with life. No, you're going to, I mean, you may not be like calling them up like every week or whatever, but it's not something you're going to let go. So And we're talking 8 years. We're not talking like 8 weeks or something, you know? I just feel like there had to have been some in the family that were kind with that to some degree knew. And the reason why I'm asking about the activists is I don't mean any shade or whatever on them. It just seems like there's enough people involved here that are casting doubt, and where you don't even know if the boy was complicit. You don't know if you don't know anything, because anything's possible, because you're finding out already from the get-go some fucked up shit's going on. So yeah, you're going to be side-eyeing everyone involved, you know? So that's why I'm asking, I guess. To my knowledge, law enforcement did not do a press conference. However, I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. I don't know. But I do know that the chief of police gave a brief interview with the reporter, like the first day that I had heard about this. So it was a couple of days ago. Has his DNA been checked? I don't think so. I mean, they got to be able to tell, right? I mean, yeah, it's been 8 years, but I mean, you don't change that much in 8 years, especially those years, you know? It's not like, well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I imagine that there's got to be ways to tell, even before a DNA test comes back. But a DNA test can be done pretty, I don't know how quickly, but I want to say pretty quickly. Like, I know, like the 23andMe, it's not like the test itself that takes so long. It's just you have to wait for them to get to your test, really. So, press conference will be Thursday. Okay, so the dad being a cop, here's what I read. The dad took his own life. He did so over, allegedly, some parking ticket scandal. Now, maybe I'm making light of this. I don't know. Maybe there was more to the scandal than just fixing a few parking tickets. But I feel like that's not why that happened. If that happened, I don't know. I just feel like every cop has tried to fix a parking ticket. I don't think anyone really frowns upon that too much, to the point where you're going to be disgraced should they get out. It's not like you're caught like abusing prostitutes or something, you know? I mean, it's parking tickets. It doesn't make sense. If he's fed drugs, he has to have it in his hair. I meant, yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe they checked his driver's license. Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, there's been some of the neighbors have come out and spoken out on this, saying that Rudy had come over and hung out with them and shit like that. I don't doubt that, and that I don't think that that's evidence that he wasn't the victim here. I mean, his mother could have been kind of controlling him through like fear, coercion, or whatever, you know? So him not saying anything when he went and hung out or played video games or whatever with a neighbor is not proof that's of anything, I don't think. But I don't know. Especially if she had him hooked on drugs or something, if that's true. I don't know. This story's weird. It really is. New source? Oh. Okay, let me check this out. And I'm not even into true crime or any shit like that. Just this story's fucking crazy. I don't care. This ain't even about true crime. This is just about some fucked crazy ass shit. Oh, this is an older one though. This is from June or July 3rd. Continue. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let me read this. Oops, wrong one. Okay. So this is from today, July 3rd, 2023, by Lindsay Lowe. A Texas man who went missing when he was 18 has been found alive after more than 8 years. Rudy Farias IV. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Went missing in Houston in March 2015, according to a poster shared on Twitter by the Texas Center for the Missing. That's another thing, too. I consider that maybe this was just a bullshit or a hoax of a story. But the first news segment I watched had someone from the Center for Missing Children on to talk about this, about the circumstances of that resulted in him having disappeared. You know, and that kind of lends some credibility to this shit. I don't know. The organization said in a tweet Saturday that Farias was found alive. It didn't offer any additional details about where he was discovered. After 8 long years, Rudy has been located safe. Please continue to keep his family in your prayers as Rudy recovers in the hospital. When was the original one posted, though? That's what I want to know. I want to know when this, okay, so this here shared update 7/1/23. This shared this tweet. July 2nd, okay. Have you seen Rudy missing since March 2016 and last seen here? All right. Damn it, it's not gonna let me, okay. Because I haven't searched super hard, but I kind of did search for like some news articles and shit from the time he went missing, but I couldn't really find much. Wow, dude. Okay, so how is that a coincidence? I don't know what to make of that. So the tweet I just pulled up, the tweet that was shared, you know, it said 7/1 update, and then it shared a tweet or quoted a tweet, however you want to put it. This was posted on June 16th. So like what, like 15, like 20 days maybe before he just showed up, this missing poster was posted, or tweet was made by Texas Center for Missing. Okay, all right. Let's look at that. I don't know. That just seems like kind of a coincidence, but I don't believe it's a coincidence. I don't know what it means, but I don't believe it's a coincidence. All right, update 7/1/23. After 8 long years, Rudy has been located safe, the tweet read. Please continue to keep his family in your prayers as Rudy recovers in the hospital. The Texas Center for the Missing also noted in an Instagram post that Farias is, quote, currently receiving the medical attention he needs. Farias was last seen taking his family's dog for a walk on March 6, 2015 in Houston, NBC News reported. The dogs returned home without their leashes and without Farias several hours later, authorities said. At the time, authorities did not suspect foul play, according to NBC News. Brenda Paradise, a private investigator who worked for the Farias family, told Dateline in 2015 that the missing teen had, quote, so much thrown at him, end quote, in the months before he went missing, including losing his older brother in a motorcycle accident, according to NBC News. He watched his best friend die right in front of him. His brother was his best friend in the world. He's just gone through so much more than anyone his age ever should, Paradise told Dateline. Authorities have not shared any details about why Farias went missing or where he has been since 2015. Okay, what did these link to? Oh, okay. Well, here's something. NBC News. So here's a 2015 article. So, yeah. Rudy Farias IV. Last time Rudy Farias' mother saw her son was when he went to take his 2 dogs on a walk on March 6, 2015, near his home in Houston, Texas. This article was posted April 13th, 2015, 4:10 p.m. It says source NBC News. Why is there no author, though? Usually these things have an author. I don't know. Why can't I link to it? Okay. The last time Rudy's mother saw her son was when he went to take his dogs on a walk. Okay, yada, yada. He's just had so much thrown at him. Okay, we already read all that. Officials say the 18-year-old left his home around 6 p.m. with his 2 dogs. Several hours later, one of the dogs returned home. The next morning, the second came home. Both were missing their leashes. According to family members, Rudy has been suffering from depression for months. Several years ago, he lost his older brother to... Why did the other article say the months leading up to this? Several years ago, he lost his older brother to a motorcycle accident. Paradise says both Rudy and his mother were 2 of the first people on the scene the day of the accident. He watched his best friend die right in front of him. Okay, right now. Detectives are openly investigating, but say they do not suspect foul play at this time. Right now, it is just classified as a missing persons case, and we have an officer assigned to the case who is tracking down all the leads brought to us. John Cannon, a PIO for the Houston Police Department, told Dateline. Regardless of what may have happened, Paradise says all Rudy's mother wants is answers and closure. This is it's allegedly days after her son disappeared. And she's not saying, all I want is my son back home. I just want my son here with me. I just want to know he's okay. I just want answers and closure. The family has been through so much. Whatever happened, a mom needs answers about her son. Not that a mom needs her son home with her. Rudy is described as 5'8", tall, weighing 215 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, okay, yeah, I had to call so-and-so. Okay, so there's that one. Oh, it's the same article. Yeah, it's the same one, same exact one. All right. That's kind of weird, though, isn't it? It's kind of weird that that's what she said. Here's the Daily Mail, but Daily Mail. Yeah. It's you know what? I'll take the Daily Mail at this point, because at this point, the NBC article I just read, that site even looked suspect to me. I'm sure it wasn't, but because it was called NBC.com. But I mean, I'd if I wasn't streaming, I'd be looking into that site right now, just for peace of mind. But so I'll take Daily Mail, because I know the Daily Mail is I know it's the Daily Mail, Neighbors of missing Rudy Farias, 25, who vanished 8 years ago, claim he was never missing, and he regularly visited their home, but they hadn't seen him for a few weeks. That boy has never been missing. Rudy, then 17, was reported missing in Houston by his mother. He was found outside a church last week. His mother said he was abused, but their neighbors say Rudy has been living with his mom the whole time. Mother, who claimed her son went missing for 8 years, kept him locked inside their home. Oh my God. Really? So neighbors of a man who was supposedly found in a church in Houston 8 years after he vanished have claimed he never went missing. Rudy, then 17, was reported missing. He is now recovering from cuts and bruises all over his body after being found last week, according to his family. His mother, yeah, we're going to block this shit. His mother, Janie Santana, claimed he had blood in his hair and had been clearly badly abused and beaten. But Keisha Ross, who lives on the same street as Rudy's mother, said she had never heard that Rudy was missing, despite being friendly with his family. He used to come in my garage, chill with my cousins, son and daughter, a confused Ross told ABC7, adding that Rudy liked to hang out in the woods by himself. That boy has never been missing. Broderick Conley, Ross's cousin, also said he used to hang out with Rudy regularly, laughing and having good times. The neighbors who knew Rudy as Rudolph, okay, short for his full name, Rudolph, added that while Rudy was a regular visitor at their home, they hadn't seen him in the last 2 weeks. Another neighbor, who asked to remain anonymous, told the outlet that Rudy has been living with his mom the whole time. I was just shocked. Someone over here was missing, and we see him, he said. Santana, Rudy's mom, told ABC7 her neighbors are referring to her nephew, not her son. When the outlet shared pictures of the nephew with the neighbors, they insisted they were not talking about the man in the images. Rudy's mother reported him missing 8 years ago, claiming the teen never came home after he went to walk his dogs. The now 25-year-old reunited with his family on June 29th after a Good Samaritan called police to report an unresponsive man slumped outside a church. Cops said they managed to identify Rudy by the necklace he was wearing, which belonged to his late brother, and called Santa Ana to tell her they had found her son after 8 long years. See, these are the images she was sharing. This is what I have an issue with. You're sharing this shit like, I get that you want to show or prove that he's home or whatever. I get that. But I mean, I think it's going to be pretty easy to tell if you're lying. So I don't think you really need to show proof of that. I think just the kind of like the fact you in the news is reporting it is kind of proof of itself. So you sharing these images, if you're worried that he was kidnapped or abused and everything, you're risking him again. Like, why would... I'm suspect of it. I'm very, very suspect of it. Come on. Okay. In a message that detailed his condition, his family wrote, "It's him. It's our Rudy. Rudy's in pretty bad shape. He has cuts, soft tissue tumors, small openings, and swelling on the soles of his feet, along with bruising, old and new cuts/scrapes on his body, old dried blood on his head and hair. He has very, very dark complexion now, almost unrecognizable. It broke our hearts to see him in this condition. God only knows what he has endured during his time away from home." The note also mentions that he's in a lot of pain. It continues, "He flinches if you try to touch him or hug him, thinking we're going to strike him. He thinks his name is Julio Torres, and he is 14 now." Farias' mother said they have tried to speak to him, but he only says a few words and adapts the fetal position. She said it will be a long healing journey, but she's pleased that he has been found alive. She's pleased. I'm pleased that my son was found alive. I'm pleased. What? A flyer from the time of the disappearance revealed that Rudy had been diagnosed with depression, PTSD, and anxiety. The flyer said he had also attempted to His mother said it was possible he was disoriented at the time of his disappearance because he was not taking his medication. She added that he was very wary of strangers. Rudy's whereabouts over the last 8 years remains unknown. He is scheduled to speak to investigators on Wednesday. Wow. I bet Ned was involved. I guess the mother reported him missing 8 years ago. That's what it's been saying in the report so far. There's a Facebook group. I know. I joined it when I first heard about this. Let me go over there. It's a public group too. Anyone can view it. So it's not even like a private thing or whatever. All right, so this is interesting. I'm going to share this. Let me close that. Like I said, this is a public Facebook group, so I'm not sharing anything from a private group or whatever. All right, so this is a timeline of events. What we've learned in the Rudy Farias case from all the coverage. February 2011, brother to Rudy passed away in a motorcycle accident. August 2014, Rudy Farias III, Rudy's dad, a Houston police officer, died from self-inflicted, etc., passed away due to I think we got that. He was under investigation for his alleged involvement in financial crimes committed as a police officer. Okay. All right. That lends a little bit of, it brings some levity to the mention of parking ticket scam or something. I don't know, whatever. March 2015. Last seen walking his two dogs, etc. There are conflicting stories of how he disappeared. Okay. So His wallet and asthma inhaler were found in a field. No confirmation from Houston police. His aunt Bella Ninos, whom we believe is actually his mom, Janie Alexis Santana, because, like I said, sock accounts. Okay, there's a lot of sock account discussion. I think maybe that might be kind of why I'm interested in it. We believe it's Janie Santana, Rudy's bio mom, put out a message saying he was rescuing a young girl from being kidnapped for sex trafficking. Yeah, that story. I was like, what? Also not confirmed by Houston police. 2017, ex-boyfriend of Janie Alexis Santana spotted Rudy inside their kitchen. February 12, 2017, Jerry Santana, Janie's brother, Rudy's uncle, did a press conference where he stated he had potential leads in Rudy's disappearance. The lead he was speaking about was him being held by his mother. Okay, so Jerry Santana, so that would be the mother's family. Okay. April 2017, Jerry Santana passed away due to a motorcycle accident. I don't know. I don't think if I were in this family, I don't think I'd get on a motorcycle. I don't know. I think I'd be just too traumatized. I mean, it's to lose two people in a family from a motorcycle. I mean, that's crazy. September 2018, Houston police say they got a call from family members telling them that Rudy was living behind a family member's home. Police searched but did not find him. January 2022. Janie asks a few different friends, when is the least busiest time at the Mexico border? She wants to take a road trip to Reynosa. I don't know what that is. Mexico? I don't know. February 2022. Janie claims she was robbed and carjacked by a known illegal subject who went to Mexico. May 2022, Janie's 55th birthday. May 30th, 2022. Janie claims she is in Australia. It's believed this is all fabrication based on her social media post containing stock images from the internet. June 21st, 2023. Janie's BMW is stolen and then wrecked. June 21st, 2023. Janie and Bella, her alleged sister, are both looking for auto insurance, illustrating that they are the one and the same. There's a lot more to support all of her aliases. June 29, 2023. Rudy is found unresponsive outside of a church by a Good Samaritan just 8 miles from his home. He had cuts, bruises, and blood in his hair. Crews assessed Rudy, but he refused to go to the hospital. Janie also refused transport by ambulance to the hospital. Rudy was left with family by police. In hospital, we believe he was taken to hospital by family members. Janie says he was nonverbal and cannot communicate. Rudy denies his name, Rudy Farias IV, and says he is Julio Torres and that he's 14 years old to medical staff. It's unclear if he was actually taken to the hospital because it was discovered that the hospital photos were from a 2012 hospital stay by Rudy. So those weren't, oh my God. Okay, so now, so she wouldn't have actually been risking him by sharing those pictures because they were actually not recent pictures, but it's still how it looked. I don't care. That's fucked up. That's so fucked up. June 30th, 2023. Extended family of Rudy's take to social media and again claim he was never missing. Rudy's mom, Janie, and the Bella account, both the same people, claim it was a nephew. This is low, probably because of the family tree provided by others. I don't know what that means. July 4, 2023. Investigative reporters go to speak with neighbors. Neighbors confirm that the man living with Janie, known as Dolph, is in fact Rudy Farias. Rudy hung out with peers at neighbors' homes, exchanged texts with some of them, and was seen going to work with his mom every day. Why would you go to work with your mom every day? That's fucking weird. I'm thinking, but no fucking kid that age wants to go to their work with their mom every day. So if that's happening, I'm going to guess that it's by the mother's insistence. Bella Ninos, again, his mom, behind the account, claims BMW was stolen after Rudy was found, making it hard for Janie to visit Rudy in hospital. So the fake account, the alias can't go visit because her car just happened to be stolen and crashed. Like, do they not have Uber? People call her out, and she says she did not know that it happened a week ago, that she was just now learning about the car. It's discovered Bella and Janie are the same people. July 5th, police interview that is scheduled takes place at a hotel near the Dallas airport. Rudy arrives with his mom. Quinnell X came to support Rudy and was able to get him to talk. Rudy disclosed so much, but here are key highlights. Okay. So here's what he told investigators during his interview. Rudy was never missing. The report in 2015 was false. His mother has been drugging him. He has suffered physical abuse. He has suffered psychological abuse. He has self-harmed. His mother had him assume the role of daddy. That's gross. While Quinnell X didn't elaborate, it's implied he is being essayed. After interviews were concluded, Rudy was allowed to leave with his mom. Why? If he was a minor when he first went missing, and these are the allegations, wouldn't there be a substantial chance that this began when he was still a minor, possibly even before he went missing? Why would you just let her take him? Oh my God, what is up with these fucking cops, man? I mean, I gotta know. Like, I don't. This just seems like too much to get wrong for a police department for so long after so many tips. And what the fuck? Rudy was the one who crashed the mother's car / aunt's car. His social media accounts were maintained by his mother, not him. He isn't nonverbal. He speaks just fine, but was clearly exhibiting signs of extreme trauma. Nikki Garza, who lives near the mother and is a friend to Janie and her 11 fake profiles, has been disclosed as the Good Samaritan. She is a real person and likely one additional person who knew Rudy was not actually missing. Yeah. I mean, she had to know that he was not missing or whatever. She had to know to even make the report to begin with. She had been read into some shit, you know? We are refraining from posting everything so that specific details about the trauma Rudy endured will not be exposed on our platform. I fully agree with that. You can watch the videos and learn for yourself, but it is triggering. I'm good. I don't think I need to watch it, at least. I don't know. No, I'm not going to do it now anyways. Drop anything, screenshots you have found in the comments so we can discuss. This all appears financially motivated, and that is profoundly disturbing. Rudy is a victim, and he is not safe. We hope warrants are being filed and charges will be filed soon. You just send him, the cops just let him go with his alleged perpetrator. I mean, she's got to know that having a witness could be damning, right? What if she decides she wants to do something about that? It's just, I mean, sure, the fingers are going to be pointing at her, and she's going to implicate herself if something were to happen, no doubt. But it's not going to serve him well at that point. I mean, why was he just allowed to go with her? I don't know what the laws are. I don't know if there's a law or something, a procedure to prevent it. But if there isn't, God damn it, there should be. We hope he can be safely removed and taken to a place he can receive intensive support and begin to heal. This is tragic, heartbreaking, infuriating, and we hope the path forward is one that helps Rudy. For all those parents of missing children, we know you got hopeful when he was found. Please don't lose hope. We will post links to all lives and pertinent articles in the comments to keep it all in one place. This post came from this page. Okay. Oh, wait. What? I'm guessing that means the group. It's not a page, it's a group. What? Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull up that screenshot. But this comment here says, accurate, except for Jerry Santana, which was Janie's stepbrother or something, or whatever, brother. His actual sister mentioned, so Jerry's actual sister mentioned he is not related to Janie. Janie just found someone with the same last name and asked him to speak at an event that was for Rudy. Let me try to find the screenshot, but when I go to pull up the screenshot, I get something isn't working. This may be because of a technical error. We're trying to fix it. So that's some crazy shit. I mean, I don't really want to post anything with dresses or shit. I mean, I know it's public record, but I'd rather just get a feel for things first. I don't cover true crime, so I don't really know what's the right thing or proper thing to do on this regard. So I don't want to fuck it up. But yeah, tell me this story isn't fucking crazy. Oh my God. Like I could go down a rabbit hole just looking into this mother and her sock accounts and shit. I'm not sure I really want to devote the time and energy into that right now. But if anyone else wants to, I bet it'd be pretty fucking crazy to see what you learn. So I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway, the name of the group is Rudy Farias, the Fourth Discussion Group. It's a public group. It's on Facebook. There's right now 29.3 thousand members. If people just want to, even if you don't join, if you just want to kind of follow the group and just read about shit as it comes up, I don't know. I think that the crazy on this story, it hasn't even peaked yet. I think there's more to come. I really think that. All right. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up. I know that there's something else I want to talk about tonight, but I can't remember. And it's getting late. It's after 1, and I have to work a long day tomorrow. So I am going to get going. What's up? Why is my eyelash? I think it's coming off. That's why it looks like that. Okay. Yeah, the whole thing just, I don't know. Oh, he disappeared from Houston or just outside of Houston or something. It's Houston Police Department that's been involved in this from the beginning. So it had been, an area in which they cover. Yeah, the cops seem to ignore the whole fucking thing. And I get it. I kind of get it to a point because like he was almost an adult when he went missing. Like he was 17. And I don't know what exactly the laws are in Texas regarding that, but I mean, his family members just wanted, there were people reporting it. His own mother was reporting him. So, I mean, I would think if nothing else, if you knew that his mother reported him missing, and then you're getting all these tips that he's not missing and that he's in fact with his mother, then I would think that wouldn't you be investigating if for no other reason than to try to hold her accountable for some bullshit reporting, But no, I guess not. I don't know. It's a little early yet to really know, but I have a lot of questions and I can't wait to find out the answers. So on that note, thanks everyone for being here and have a good night. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because like I said, I'm working a long day, but maybe, and I don't even know. When am I working on Friday? Friday. Yeah, I'll probably stream on like Friday afternoon, maybe Friday night. I don't know, but it'll be late. No, I don't want to keep doing the late nights, especially since I have to go in at 9:00 on Saturday. So yeah, if I stream again, it'll be Friday afternoon. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Later.